And all those signs are leaving drivers in rural Middle Tennessee seeing double.
There's 2, 4, there's 6 signs right there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's probably 14, 15 signs at this intersection.
This Shelbyville man showed us multiple intersections in Bedford and Marshall counties that now have duplicate signage.
If you can't see one, you don't need two.
The same sign on each side of the road. Locals call it the land of lollipops in this Marshall County community of Belfast.
It's so sickening just looking at it. Ugh.
And here, TDOT also added these raised concrete lane splitters.
They actually butchered our town.
This is what the area looked like before the town center, a gathering place.
I roped that off out there to have cookouts and stuff in it. I know who owned it.
We checked too, and it's not the state of Tennessee.
This is all privately owned. What we're standing on right now is privately owned.
That's right. The patch that divides Highway 431 from historic Fishing Ford Road is owned by Peggy Mason, who didn't want to talk.
The concrete.
Johnny Ray Cole says he tried to tell them.
The guy from TDOT told me that I didn't know what I was talking about, that anything under asphalt belonged to TDOT.
Instead of that individual going back and say, let's hold off a second, he kept going forward.
Well, unfortunately, we did presume that property there under concrete was the state right-of-way. So in hindsight, we did go back and do a survey, and we did realize that unfortunately we were on private property.
So now?
Plans are to remove the concrete that was laid down on her property.
They vomited cement and lines, and now they have to dig it all up.
TDOT estimates the cost once it's all dug up, $11,000 to $15,000. But TDOT's been down this road before. At this adjacent intersection, you'll see conflicting instructions that also had to be torn out. A do not enter sign, but arrows that point forward. The cost to build that, then tear it all out, nearly another 15 grand.
So when you look at the amount of cement, the amount of lines, how much money they've spent, you have to remember, not a single accident has ever happened here.
Use of the Federal Highway Administration money, your tax dollars, is tied to these crash reports.
16 crashes in an area there around 4 intersections. To us, that warrants adding some safety improvements.
While Fox 17 Waste Watch found there were some crashes at surrounding intersections, we found none in this section that now has to be dug up.
Now, if there had been 10 or 12 deaths over there, I can understand it. But ever since I was a child, I can't never remember a wreck happening over there.
As for seeing double at other intersections like this one on Highway 64 in Bedford County and this one on 431 in Lewisburg, TDOT calls it over-signing and says it makes the road safer. Drivers have their own opinions.
Extra money they needed to spend. The government fund is if you don't spend it, you don't get it again.
It's almost just like the TDOT playground.